LEGO Racers was released in 1999 for Windows, PlayStation 1, Nintendo 64, and also the Game Boy Color following year. It was developed by High Voltage Software and published by LEGO Media. The game starts with a very nostalgic cutscene to show the developer's logo. The animation and sound are very well made, and when I was a child, this actually kind of scared me, which really only just makes it the more nostalgic these days. Next is the intro showing a race take place where there is slapstick comedy aplenty. And this next scene is straight up nightmare fuel. Something that should be in every LEGO game, of course, is building. In this game, you can make your own character and your own cart, and even your own license. I will, of course, be using the same old mustache guy that I always use when playing this game. And then I will also try and make a nice streamlined car, which matches my character. Unfortunately, when you start out in the game, you don't have very many pieces to choose from. But that doesn't stop anyone from making actually pretty good cars, because the interface in this game is actually quite advanced. It seems pretty simple, but it works surprisingly well. Races are divided into groups of 4, named circuits. Each circuit has a main racer. They talk to you in a cutscene before each circuit, and taunt you, saying that they're gonna win or something. These bosses are the only enemies in the game that really put up any real challenge. The other racers are very slow, and sometimes the only time you'll see them is if you've gone past them, around the track, then see them up ahead, because you're about to pass them a second time. Each boss will like to only use one type of power-up, although some like Basil the Batlord use other power-ups too, and it's just kind of annoying. Power-up system is pretty interesting. There are 5 power-up categories. Red bricks are projectile attacks, blue bricks are shields, green bricks are speed boosts, yellow bricks are things that slow the other racers down, such as oil slicks, or maybe it's like dynamite or something. And white bricks make the other items more powerful and different. Such as, if you have 1 red brick, you'll have a cannonball that you can shoot. Just like out of nothing. It'll just come out of the front of your car like barfed it or something. But then if you get 1 white brick, then suddenly you'll have a grappling hook and you can grab other people's cars. Or if you get 2, then you'll have a lightning bolt that'll come out of it, that'll stay there for about 5-10 seconds to zap people, slow them down, and so on, until you get some things that are pretty extreme, like interdimensional warps and heat-seeking missiles and stuff. You know, the basics, the sort of thing that you would get on Christmas. There are 3 main circuits, but each circuit has a mirrored version with a different boss. There's Captain Redbeard, King Kahuka, Basil the Batlord, Johnny Thunder, Baron Von Baron, Gypsy Moth, and of course, Rocket Racer. Each boss has a unique personality, but they're all equally full of themselves. They are pretty good at racing, well, except for some of them. Racing in this game is rather different than most kart racers. In this game, you press a power slide button, which makes your car turn extremely sharply. I find this works pretty well, but it makes a loud squeal noise, which could be pretty annoying for most people. After the last main circuit, we finally get to face off against Rocket Racer. Beforehand, we're named a true LEGO champion. But we're not the only one, because Rocket Racer is a champion too. Our character stares in awe at the man himself before we finally get to race to see who's truly the best. If there's any race in this game that is truly a challenge, it is this one. Rocket uses as many warps as possible, and you have to be on your toes not to fall behind. There's even a door with a warp behind it that you can access if you hit it with a projectile attack. Although this game is very easy, it's still an adrenaline rush sometimes. And as much as I like this game, it is extremely short, even factoring in the mirrored courses. To add to the runtime, of course, there are time trials for the non-mirrored courses where you race against Veronica Voltage. LEGO Racers is one of my favorite games from my childhood, and I do recommend it if you haven't played it already. This game may have flaws, but it is fun nonetheless.